The most difficult part probably was the lack of being able to drink alcohol was one of the things. And being in most social situations, especially now that tailgating season has begun with football and going out just with friends and family and not being able to have an alcoholic drink. But then also just changing my mindset towards what food is supposed to be. It's not, it's almost the idea of let's eat to live, not live to eat, and making conscious choices. And you're so ingrained with such the processed foods that we have today and the easy things to eat, is to make that conscious decision to not eat that and try to be more concentrated on what is better for you and your health. The social aspect of it was mostly being conscious of looking through menus or making sure I bring food with me. With work every day, I would make sure I bring my lunch, and I would make sure I'd have a meat, and I'd have my vegetables, and I'd have my little bit of fat, whether it was an avocado, or maybe even throw in a little bit of fruit as a midday kind of thing. I went on a business trip to Orlando, and actually in the weeks prior did research on restaurants in Orlando that would be more paleo friendly. The one that we ended up going to was a steakhouse. It was an Italian steakhouse, and so they had a lot of pastas and things, but making that conscious decision not to eat the pastas and asking for a side of asparagus or other vegetables. So kind of doing your homework was the biggest thing, is being prepared beforehand and being ready for a situation that you may not be able to get exactly what you need, but being able to make it work for your situation. I honestly didn't expect the radical physical changes in my body. I went from just being a little bit overweight and now dropped 17 pounds in 40 plus days. And everybody coming up to me and talking to me about, man, you're really doing a great job, and stick to it, because they can see the physical changes. Your body basically just, it kind of sucks itself in. I know Beth had made that one comment earlier on when we did our kind of nutritional seminar that just kind of sucks you all in. It's the truth. It just kind of takes your body and you kind of just burn all the fat that you've got in your body, and your midsection sucks in, and you basically are starting just to burn your true fuel source, which is the fats in your body and in your diet versus these sugary stuff that we normally do. So I think that was the biggest change for me, or to see that. Back in July, we did our challenge for the WOD, and it was 7:39 mile to a 6:55 mile, 44 seconds improvement. Pull-ups was 19 ring rows, because I wasn't able to do any pull-ups. Then it went to 7 strict pull-ups. So gone to where I've not been able to do any pull-ups ever in my life to now 7 strict pull-ups. Push-ups were 23 push-ups, and improved that to 35 push-ups. 17 wall balls to 20 wall balls. 15 burpees to 16 burpees, so not much of an improvement there, but at least some. 33 air squats to 40 air squats, and 13 box jumps to 16 box jumps. So had a definite improvement in all areas for the WOD, and most significantly the mile run for me, because I'm not a runner and never been able to do pull-ups. To do 7 pull-ups is pretty interesting. My weight actually dropped from 209.5 to 192, so over 17 pounds and change there. No real change in my chest or hips, chest or waist dimension, but the hips dropped 3.5 inches off my hips. Reduced my body fat percentage from 17.7% to 13.7%, so 4% off my body fat. And the BMI was 26.9 to 24.6, so over 5 points off of the BMI. So pretty major changes in the body and body structure. So that was very nice. Well, I started out being a lot more lethargic and later in the afternoons. I think it had a lot to do with the sugary crash that you get in the afternoons, kind of that 3:30, 3 o'clock doldrums where you say, man, I'm really starting to get tired and be worn out through the day. I feel a lot more energetic. I feel better when I come to the evening WODs, because that's when I normally come. It's either a 4:30 or 6 o'clock WOD. I've got a lot more energy now. I feel like I got more endurance and stamina through that WOD than I ever did, because I could get halfway through a WOD and I would just be gassed, where I've got more of that endurance. I just think overall health and you just feel healthier. You don't feel like you're sluggish and groggy like you once were. It makes you feel better. Yeah, the challenge made me begin to make more conscious decisions about what I ate. Everybody's been asking, what was your first non-paleo meal? I haven't had one yet. We're 4 or 5 days past the end of it, but I guess my outlook towards the non-paleo things, the dairy items, the breads, those type things, has made my mindset change that I don't need those. They're actually bad for you, and to stay away from them if at all possible. And so I think that's really what is changed, is my outlook on foods in general. Just having that knowledge of what is beneficial and what's not, and making those conscious changes to stay away from what's not good for you. Yeah, my plan is to stay as strict paleo as possible, but that's probably unrealistic for a long term. I think that if I could maintain about an 80 to 85% of my nutrition is paleo, then that's more realistic. But I don't see any major changes going in the opposite direction. I'm not going back to what I used to do. I've come so far in such a short period of time, and I want to see more development through what we do here at the CrossFit gym, and I'm hoping that's going to continue with the new nutrition program that I've kind of learned from doing the challenge.